Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be new today, I'm Robin. Today's video is all about working in our yard and prepping the yard for spring. Spring has arrived in Texas and I'm enjoying every second of it. So glad you're here friends. Let's jump right into the video. Friends, now let's head outside. Let me just show you around before I put my yard clothes on. Let's get my favorite rubber boots on. Let's walk outside and let me just show you some chores. Oh, that rug is dirty. Let me show you some chores that need to be done outside today. It's such a beautiful morning. I think it's about 60 degrees. The birds are chirping. Oh, it's so nice. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of sun today so it won't be too cold. I need to change out my bird feeder. I'm sorry, my hummingbird feeder. I've got one. Got this new one here. This one used to have a little color on it and it's just kind of faded. And I know my friend Kathy, she already has hummingbirds. I don't have any. They are not liking this plain Jane one here, so I'm going to get rid of that one and fill it up with some new sugar water with our new hummingbird feeder. Anyone else there? Does anyone else out there just love the sound of wind chimes? Oh, they so remind me of my Granny Yates's porch. Okay, and then out here you see all of our pool stuff over here because we still do not have our new pool up yet, but it's a coming. So right now it's just kind of a playground for the grandkids. We need to get a couple of new swings. Those are kind of falling apart over there. But let me show you a flower bed that I really need to get a hold of. I'm trying to go slow without making you too dizzy. This is a flower bed that I really obviously need to get a hold of. I've got all of these elephant ears coming back, so I need to kind of weed those out. I've got a rose bush here that's not doing very well. I think it's just because it's overgrown. I need to really get in here and clean this out, see what we can do here. That's a project. You see my elephant ears going all the way across there, which is fine. But I do need to clear out some of those. And then here's what I call my little iris flower bed. Look at the blooms this morning, y'all. So pretty. There are some stones down there somewhere I need to dig up. But I really need to get in here and weed this area out. Then the winter really got I had some magnolia trees here. No, I didn't. Gardenia trees. And the frost just absolutely killed this one this year. I'm so sad. So I went from having 2 gardenia trees to none. So I really need to cut these back. We've got some poison ivy growing here. I need to get some long sleeves on and get this poison ivy pulled out by the roots and get rid of that real quickly for the grandkids to get a hold of it. So there's some projects that need to be done. They won't all be done today, but just look at the honeysuckle guys growing back there. Can y'all see that honeysuckle? Zoom you in. If you can believe it, when we were kids we actually would eat that stuff. so funny. It's kind of sweet tasting. Okay, so just a few things on this side of the yard I need to get done. Now let's move over to the flower beds. Okay, so here's this one. There is a little bit of life coming back here. I think these flowers right there will bloom. I'm not real sure what they are, but I think that's an actual flower. Sometimes, guys, when I weed this flower bed, it's hard for me to remember what I've planted here, what should be dug up and what shouldn't be dug up. But I know one thing, these clovers have taken over. So I've got to get in here and weed out all of these clovers. The elephant ears aren't too bad in this one, so I may just leave those alone. These actually came, I don't know what these are called, Charlotte can tell us, but these came from my Granny Horton's yard. When she passed away, I went and dug some up, and I'm super duper proud of those, and those are so dirty. And then I just need to cut these back. This will actually reroot, but I need to cut it back some. Remy, good morning. Did you come to join us this morning? Here's the neighbor's dog. I guess he heard me. Did you hear me? Good morning. You are so dirty. Have you been in the pond? Good morning. Say good morning, everybody. You are filthy. Okay, so that's that flower bed. Everything is still wet, as you can see, y'all. So I'll do more and everything dries up. But hoping to get out here and look at this flower bed. Wow. It is truly overtaken with clovers, so that was going to be fun. I'm going to have to pray there's nothing in there. Oh, yikes. So, okay, so those are our main flower beds that we need to get a hold of and start working on our gardens around here. I'm going to call them gardens, flower beds, whatever you want to call them, but we've got to get busy. Okay, friends, I'm making a fast run to Home Depot. My plans today with the flower beds are mainly the two by the fireplace is to weed everything out and not do any mulch or any bedding plants today. I just wanted to run in here and pick up a couple of large plants for both flower beds and get those in the ground today. And then we'll come back next weekend and get the mulch and do all of our bedding plants on the next video. So let's get into Lowe's, look around and see what type of larger plants we can get for the flower beds today. Okay, friends, we have our plants. Now, before we get home and start working our little tails off, let's grab some caffeine real fast.
Hi, thanks you in Starbucks. How can I get started for you?
Yes, good morning. Can I get a venti hot dirty chai? And that'll be all?
A venti hot chai with a shot. Okay. It's going to be $7.47.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, friends, let me show you real fast what I got. I didn't get much today. I'm going to try to get a bunch of bedding things from Charlotte, but things that she didn't have are, let's see, I got some of this Dusty Miller. Isn't it beautiful for $7.98? I saw this when we went on our vacation, our road trip last week with Charlotte, and I thought I've got to get some of that, and Home Depot had some, so I snagged it up. I think I can divide that out into littler plants. Then I got two of these sweet brooms for $24.98. They had another one, but I was already over budget when it came to plants, so I just got two today. And then I got two of these hostas. How much were these? These were $10.98. I got two of those. That one's about to bud. Okay, so it is turned off really, really hot, guys. Look at the sun. It is blaring down now. It was cool when I left. I have a sweatsuit on. So I'm gonna run on and put a t-shirt on real quickly, and then we are gonna get to weeding these flower beds. Let's get everything unloaded. Let me change clothes, and then we'll start on the hard stuff. Okay, friends, normally I would start on the easiest job, which would be this other flower bed, but I'm just going to dive right in and get this first flower bed done first before, let's see, JD and Dirk have ran to Sam's to get our groceries for the week. Lainey will be here in a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and tackle this harder one first, and then when the grandkids get here, maybe they can help me with that smaller one. So, whew, I'm just going to dive right in and get going. I'm going to get my wheelbarrow, and so all these clovers I can just throw in the wheelbarrow as I go instead of throwing it on the ground and having to rake it up. So I'm going to try to make it a little bit easier on myself. So let's get going. Okay, we're just going to jump right in and start pulling these clovers. I put my thickest gloves I had on because I really wasn't sure what was going to be in this flower bed. As you can see, it is so overgrown with clovers that you really just can't even see the soil that's in this flower bed. So I was trying to be very easy, trying to like rustle the clovers so that if anything was in there it would run out before I actually pulled it up. But anyway, so I'm trying to be as careful as I can and not pull up a critter. But I did speed this up just a little bit. A lot of this weeding part in the video today, guys, I've sped it up really quickly. Sometimes it's more satisfying to me when I see something like this, for it to be very fast, for the clips to be sped up really quickly. It just seems to be more of a satisfying appeal, or whatever you want to call it, when you're watching clips like this. So hopefully you don't mind me speeding things up real quickly here. I try to keep my videos just as relaxing and I don't know, not so stressful. I know when I first started watching YouTube, I would watch all those cleaning channels, and a lot of those, 100% of their videos were just sped up the whole time, and I just don't enjoy that. I don't know what that is about my brain, but I really like a slow, kind of take it easy type of video. Yes, there are some clips that need to be sped up, like if you're cleaning the commode or vacuuming, things that aren't very exciting, those need to be sped up. But anyway, I'm trying to make this video, even though we're out in the yard, still relaxing, kind of take you away from reality for just a little bit, kind of let you live in my moment. And so I'm hoping be speeding up some of these clips. It's not bothering you too much. But anyway, when it comes to weeding, guys, my brain, I'm a little OCD. I like things to be very clean. So as I'm weeding these flower beds, it takes me extra long because I want to get every leaf, I want to get every clover, I want to get every bit of debris out of the flower bed, and just see soil and plants. And so it does take me a little bit longer to weed each flower beds. I need to just, and at some point I just have to quit because you cannot get every bit of debris out of this flower bed. We have lots of oak trees, and these little oak leaves are everywhere. However, anything I do today is going to look much better than what it looked like when I started. Guys, so here's all that we have, and that one little area that just shows you how thick that these clovers are. Oh, they are wild. So I'm just starting to just pull up anything I can get a hold of. I was trying to be easy and try not to pull up anything that maybe was going to come back, but at this point I'm just going to leave my monkey grass or my moss. I'm not real sure what that is, but so far we've got this pretty much cleaned out. Now let's continue on with this side. I guarantee you this wheelbarrow is going to be full by the time I get through with this one flower bed. Y'all, I should have really slowed down this one part here because I was really concerned that the closer I got to the side of the fireplace right there in that little corner, the closer I was going to get to some type of maybe a garden snake. We have lived here for over 30 years and we've only seen, I think, 3 snakes at our house. I'm probably going to jinx myself, but we have a creek in the backyard, but we've always had dogs, so hopefully that kept the snakes away. However, I don't really have any animals anymore at the house. We have Remy, the neighbor's dog, but I've just been concerned. Is this my first spring without having any dogs around? I can't remember, but yeah, so I was just really getting antsy as I was getting closer to that corner. And I do, see if you can spot a couple of critters that do kind of pop up on this wall right here, so keep an eye on it and see if you see a couple of like I said, critters that do pop up as I'm pulling these clovers. Okay, friends, we got her done. Not too bad. Just, I'll take a little garden rake in a minute and rake up just a little bit more of the soil. But I had a couple of minor incidences. I saw this gigantic black caterpillar coming at me at one point. You saw I got up, I got the top of my light, and I was just gonna like get him on top of that light and put him in the other flower, or just put him somewhere else. But then he finally started climbing on the wall. And then I've had this horsefly try to get me, and then this gigantic spider, y'all. I've lost him. But oh my goodness, you probably don't want to see him anyway. He was gigantic. So only 3 insects try to get me, but besides that, we got all those clovers pulled. I left my 2 mums that are coming back out, but so far, so good. Okay, y'all, I was wrong. I found one more critter. Can you see him? He almost jumped out and got me just a second ago. He scared me. I thought he was a snake. But I'm not going to bother him. I'm going to leave his little home alone. This flower bed is still damp from the rain, so he's probably got to get a little bed under there. So I'm just going to leave him alone, try to work around him, and then we'll move to the other flower bed. Whew, Remy scared me. Real fast, let me show you my handy dandy tools. My friend Kathy gave them to me a few years back. They're from the Pioneer Woman line. And I love them. They do such an awesome job here. So, Kathy, I want to show you my tools. I'm still using them. They're still going strong. And friends, now that I've got a closer look at this flower bed, it is pretty darn wet. So I may not do anything in here today, but just try to pull weeds. Yeah, it's pretty wet. I think it's going to be like mud if I try to plant my new plants today. So let's just weed this area for today. And we'll see. After I've got it weeded, we'll see what we can do with it. But it's still pretty wet, especially down here on the left. I guess it holds rain because of that chimney right there. But I do need some more soil in that side of the flower bed. Also, I didn't pick any of that up today, and I don't think Charlotte carries that. So, okay, let's get into the second one. See what we can do with this one.
I mentioned in my first flower bed that I had 2 mums that were blooming out, and if you can see right there to the far left of this clip, I've got another mum coming back this year. And y'all, I bought mums for several years when I was younger and did not realize that if I would just plant those in the ground or just leave them in the bucket they came in and put them, I can protect them from the winter frost, that they would come back. And so the last, 10 years or so, I've been replanting my mums because mums get more expensive every year and they'll come back. So if you don't know that, go ahead and just take a plant or a mum, plant it in the ground after it dies, and then I don't cut it back until springtime. I do not cut it back until I start seeing leaves start coming back on it, and then you'll just take those little twigs that are dead and you just kind of break them off. They'll come right off and they'll just survive. I think the mums that are in the other flower bed, I think this is my 3rd year to use those. So any of my friends out there that did not know that, there's your planting tip for the day. Now, I do have some mums that don't come back. So I think I had 1 in this flower bed here that completely died. So it's okay if 1 or 2 die, but I promise if you'll try that trick, you'll get a longer life from the mums that you buy.
Okay, so this is the best this flower bed's going to get today. You never really know what you're going to be working with when it comes to your flower beds each year. Do you just start pulling weeds? So I'm definitely going to need probably 4 or 5 more bags of soil. The soil in these flower beds are wonderful, but I do need to kind of bring up the soil level a little bit. So I do need to go maybe tomorrow. This is Saturday. Maybe tomorrow afternoon I can get out here and do some more yard work. But for today, we've pretty much got all the weeds pulled. I think that this is a flower. I sure hope it is. I think that's a zinnia, possibly. Charlotte, Fran, I'm sure one of y'all can correct me in the comment section, but I'm leaving those flowers. There's some there, there's one there. Well, I'm leaving those because I'm thinking that they're flowers and it's not a weed. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell. So that's the best we're going to do weeding today. Let's clean up a little bit of this yard area just real fast. Okay, friends, that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for spending some of your precious time with me today, for stopping by. I think we got a lot done in today's Sunday reset. So I appreciate you guys greatly. Let me know in the comment section if you're new. Maybe introduce yourself to me. We would love to know maybe your name, where you're from. I appreciate all my returning subscribers. I love you guys so much. Thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.